looking at the scene 1 year ago today in Puerto Rico, where Hurricane Maria roared her shores, a Category 4 storm. Now, the hurricane tore through large swaths of the island, flooded whole neighborhoods, knocked out the power grid. Eventually, the government of Puerto Rico would admit that Hurricane Maria and its aftermath were responsible for the deaths of nearly 3,000 Americans. Welcome to Full Circle. I'm Anderson Cooper. We're devoting the entire program tonight to observing this one-year anniversary of Hurricane Maria, honoring those lost, and digging deeper on what the island a whole year later still desperately needs to try to make it whole again. In just a minute, I'll talk to the San Juan Mayor, Carmen Cruz, about the recovery of Puerto Rico in the last year and what she hopes for the future. First of all, I want to show you how this solemn occasion is being observed in the country. This was the scene in the last hour at a remembrance event in Old San Juan.
Standing steadfast with the people of...
What's up, guys? Total Control 871. And today I am encouraging all of my homeless to come out of the homeless closet. Today I want to talk about something that I've been noticing as I go about my daily life as a homeless man. And as I read comments, I spoke about it a couple of videos ago in front of our gas station, cautioning the powers that be what would happen if you push your junkies too far. We see in Haiti, they're learning to do without. Now, in that piece by CNN, I believe they call it Full Circle or 180 or something like that, they're basically, like Anderson Cooper said, they are talking about Hurricane Maria, its devastating effects on the people of Puerto Rico, and how they have been struggling to get along without. Many have died from no access to dialysis or loss of electricity for ventilators, things like that. I would definitely attribute that to the storm. But there's something that I want to show you that actually takes place a little bit later in the broadcast here, because I think we all pretty much know that what happens during the recovery part of the storm. Like here we see basically wreckage. This is stuff that we've seen before. It's nothing terribly new, okay? But I want you to listen as closely as you can to what Anderson starts talking about, and remember the things that I was talking about in front of that gas station a few videos ago.
Before we go tonight, we do want to give you a look at the heart of Puerto Rico, the people filled with resilience and strength and grit who are rebuilding the island one brick and one power line, one business at a time. There's Maria Gabriela Velasco. There's Carla Gautier, who founded a startup called Hive Cube in Puerto Rico. Their company makes homes out of shipping containers for those displaced by Maria. They can stand 175-mile-per-hour winds, they say, and survive another storm. The women are trying to build a factory on the island to create even more jobs. There's Charlie Reyes, who's fixing the power lines himself in his community after 9 months without power. No experience climbing poles or working with live wires. Reyes learned from a retired power worker and found scraps of materials. This seems to be working. There's Puerto Rican farmers and activists, Tara Rodriguez Bezosa and Irena Villar, who distribute seeds to hundreds of farms destroyed by Maria through their organization, appropriately called the Resilience Fund. They drive volunteers from farm to farm in their solidarity bus, that's what they call it. There's Alejandra Castrodad Rodriguez and Cristina Relief Morris, who founded a nonprofit called Resilient Power PR, which distributes thousands of solar panels across the island, enabling families to become less dependent on the central power grid. There are so many other people, men and women, taking on the work of rebuilding Puerto Rico in ways big and small, rebuilding the homes, the businesses, the schools, their own communities. They'll never get the attention probably, but we see you, and we thank you. That does it for this edition of Full Circle. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to be back here tomorrow live at 6:25 p.m. Eastern. Until then, should face 360 tonight at 8 p.m.
All right. Hopefully I'm conveying to you what I've been trying to talk about. Hopefully you were able to hear it. Wasn't very loud, the audio. I had it up as loud as I could get it. What did we see there at the end? I'll link this if I can down below. What did we see? We saw activists taking matters into their own hand. One woman or a couple of women were handing out seeds to farmers. Start growing your own food. One man said, fuck the power company. I'm going to get up there with no experience whatsoever and try to get the power back on. Not something I would really encourage anybody to do, but hey, I get it. Desperation. Desperate times call for desperate measures, as the saying goes. Solar panels. The point. Oh yeah, the shipping container homes. But of course, we've seen shipping container homes before. However, shipping container homes have been hijacked and gentrified right along with the tiny homes, given fantastic price tags and things like that. The point is, though, is that we're seeing that the alternative ways of living can save you from these natural disasters. We're seeing that the federal government's not going to be there for you to help you, despite the fact that they tax your paycheck into motherfucking oblivion. Okay? In this broadcast, they talk about how insurance companies like to get cute with the language, how federal aid money is withheld, just like the standard playbook from here in New Jersey, Hurricane Sandy. Money is hoarded, withheld, and you are forced to rebuild using whatever meager means that you have. And once you have rebuilt, then they say, well, then you didn't need any of this relief money after all. See, you could have done it on your own anyway. And of course, that relief money stays in the political coffers of the state. The government is pushing its people to extremes. Like I said, the fuckets will destroy this economy. How many times do you expect people to pay into a system and get nothing out of it? What was it JFK infamously said, ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country? What the fuck kind of shit is that? I mean, psychologically speaking, it's a brilliant piece of psychological manipulation where they are literally mind-fucking an entire country and cashing in on patriotism. They're using your patriotism to get you to turn your taxes, to turn the concept of paying taxes into a charitable donation, where you don't expect to get anything back from it. Thank you for your contribution. And also with the new crowdfunding. And God knows, you guys know I'm using it to see if I can give myself a fighting chance here. But what the fuck is going on with this crowdfunding shit? Where suddenly it's almost like the government saying, yeah, don't come to us. Go amongst yourselves. Get the money together yourself. Don't ask us for the money. Then why are we paying you taxes? Okay? It's becoming this reoccurring thing where the government sits idle and just kind of hopes and waits maybe somebody wealthy will come and bail you out. But don't ask me. I'm the fat fuck naughty child that ate all the candy. You know, like the kid that ate everybody's Halloween candy, and I don't know. Maybe Mars Snicker Company will come and give you some more candy, 'cause I ate it all. The government gluts themselves on our fucking taxes and doesn't give shit in return. And then they'll use that JFK bullshit. You have an entitled mentality. It's entitlement gone wild. No, goddammit. Taxes are not a charitable contribution. And you really need to get that through your fucking governmental head. This isn't some goddamn charity. When people pay, they get a say. I want my homeless to come out of the closet. I was having lunch the other day, swung by a pizza parlor, had a few slices, and I think I was on my way out when I was paying my bill. What was it? Chit-chatting with the guy, and he was something about, he saw, because a lot of people, they see me riding the bike and whatnot. You know, I saw you going down such and such road. I was like, bro, sometimes I don't necessarily pay attention to the names of the roads that I'm on. But once he basically he reminded me of a site where I think it was a housing complex or something had just been built. And apparently the construction company had no more use for their pallets. And I have use for pallets. And luckily they had a bunch there, side of the road, big sign that said free wood. Unfortunately, when I saw it, I didn't have the trailer with me at that particular moment. And of course, we had like fucking 3 days of downpour rain. I just didn't want to be on the road with a cumbersome load like pallets in rain and downpour rain like that. By the time the rain abated, I went to check my pallet wood. Somebody beat me to it. God damn it. Anyway, but that's where he had seen me and whatnot. And I told him very casually, very casual and matter of fact, that, oh yeah, well, you saw me there. I was looking for the pallet wood that was there, because we homeless, we utilize the wood to get our tents up off the ground. It helps us a great deal for drainage and when the snow comes, and it's much better to be off the ground for temperature wise and things like that. And he was just kind of like and he just, oh, hey, okay, sure, great. You know, it was very natural. The conversation was very organic. Also, coming out of Walmart, apparently one of the, I don't know if she worked at the gym or just simply patroned the gym as I do, but she comes up to me and she goes, oh, hi, I see you at the gym all the time. And we get to chit-chatting and talking and whatnot. And I say to her in a very casual and organic fashion, not laden with sympathy and woe and feel sorry for me, but I just say very casually, oh yeah, well, I utilize the gym primarily for the showers, so I can take care of my hygiene and things like that. It's what we homeless do when we have the means to do it. And she was like, oh, okay, that's, so I want my homeless to come out of the closet. Hold on just a sec. Freedom Fighters, the Ray. Oh, hold on, got a phone call coming in. Spam call. I told you guys, I get spam calls all the time. So yeah, red box, whatever. Ray. This movie, The Ray, was about as chuck nut full of liberal agenda as you can get. I mean, it was crammed packed with liberal agenda. Check it out if you want. It eventually gets around to telling a good story. And hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the the various minorities that were advocated for in the movie didn't deserve advocating, but I don't know. Maybe it was because of the glaring absence. Shit. Hold on. The bike's about to tip over. I gotta save the DVD player. It was about to tip over. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay, yeah, the pedal started to slip off the brick. Okay, yeah, basically the glaring obvious absence of the homeless. They spoke about Muslims being discriminated against in housing. Our lead hero, he's gay. The coming out scene to his parent, it was, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Coming out wasn't traumatic for me. Maybe I'm being an asshole. Maybe, I guess it is traumatic for some people. I don't know. It's 2018. Is coming out still traumatic? I really don't know. I will say this as far as coming out. As I came out, it was about in '98. I came out. One of the things, I guess you could call it, a perk of not having people who actually care about me and actually love me, you know, like family members, other than my sister. The only, I guess, a perk was that if they did hate me for being gay or disapprove, it's not like, one, I would give a shit. You already fucking hate me. And number two, you don't do anything for me. I mean, I know a lot of kids get the anxiety for being kicked out of the house. Well, like I said, I've lived either homeless or housing insecure in some fashion for a great many years. So, you know, it's like stressing over losing something you never had. So, anyway. But yes, the homeless were not advocated for. We talked about, they talked about your refugees and gays, and I think they made reference to military veterans. All of these people, they definitely deserve to be advocated for, but again, we see the homeless are left out. The regular American homeless. We see this because the sky is getting kind of ominous and dark. Is it? Should I put the studio light on? I don't have the screen toward me. I can't really see. I don't really see. I don't know. I'm looking around. I'm trying to peeking around, looking at my hand here. Okay. I guess I'm okay. But yeah, and the reason why is because, you know, kind of taking a page from our cycling advocacy. When people think of cyclists, they hold certain stereotypes in their head. They think of the wheelie-popping, stunt-swerving cyclists that are currently plaguing Philadelphia and maybe some other cities too. They'll think of, on our quiet neighborhood side streets, of the elementary age child darting around in and out in between cars, you know, on the sidewalk, off the sidewalk, on the side streets of neighborhoods. And they terrorize the hell out of drivers. And you know what, drivers? I get it. I definitely can agree. Nobody wants to hit a child that's suddenly darting out from in between cars on a bicycle. I get where you're coming from. That has not been lost on me. And they may think of the your crit racers, the club rides, all kitted up, and the what you guys call spandex, lycra, or whatever, you know, in the helmets, and they do it for exercise or for, you know, for racing, for being a racer. The last thing that motorists and the police think of is vehicular cycling, which is what I am. I am a vehicular cyclist. I have replaced the need for a motor vehicle with a bicycle. I adhere to all the road rules. They don't think of that. when they think of cyclists. You know, when people think of the homeless, they don't think of people like me. Hey, there's no shortage of the comments. How could you be homeless? You have this, you have that. Nobody ever seems to stop and think of how much it actually costs to live. Um, do you know? Do you know that in the municipal court, if your income is in excess of $1,200 per month, then you are considered not indigent. How can that even be fucking possible? Doesn't rent start at like $1,000? What are they saying? The 200 bucks that you have left over is somehow, you know, enables you to pay an attorney to pay. You know, it's clearly the threshold for poverty. It's set so fucking low, so very fucking low, that they definitely do this to keep the classes separated, to keep you impoverished. I was sitting here thinking also about how older vehicles tend to attract the attention of police for police stops, for traffic stops, and things like that. Older vehicles, you know. I was also thinking, when I was in bed this morning, about how hold on, I gotta change hands here. Hands getting numb. The automotive system. How much time do I got? 21. The automotive system. How it, what do they call it? Subprime auto business. Basically, making financing available to extremely ghetto people. Fantastic interest rates that start at like 20% and go up. It's amazing the way that the whole buy here, pay here car lot. It's like they know you're poor, and they will give you these vehicles with these fantastic interest rates, and they know that you're going to default on it. And frankly, that's what they're hoping for, because that's what fuels them. They need this 10-year-old car to have at least 10 different owners, you know, as it, repossession. They need the 10-year-old car to have 10 different owners before it finally makes its way to the grave. And they set up this predatory system so that, you know, and of course your older vehicle, you're going to be much more prone to traffic stops. So now you got to pay these tickets. The whole point, the whole system, it's calibrated for profiteering mightily off of the poor. And of course, all of this is what I seek to liberate myself from. Be it because I'm gonna tell you right now, I would fucking never use buy here, pay here. Fucking ever. I'll use a goddamn city bus before I would do that shit. But you know, like I say, people who criticize me for spending the money on the Black Rider, you forget the Black Rider is this August. The Black Rider turned 3 years old, so that means the thousands that I spent on it was years ago. Okay, how much have you been spending on your tank, let alone your insurance, let alone your car note? You know, what's your car worth now? You know, I do keep the Black Rider insured. What was it, $580 some per year is the policy. I understand there are probably auto insurance policies out there, like liability, for the same amount. Of course, that all hinges on what they think your vehicle is worth and stuff like that. Anyway, back to my point. They'll make a way to latch you onto the teat. They want you sucking on that subprime auto teat. They want you sucking on regular automotive, whether you're regular or subprime or whatever. Just pay fucking money endlessly. Get into the goddamn hamster wheel. Turn that fucking engine. Make us filthy fucking rich, okay? And when your vehicle is coming to the end of its life, then get ready to get into a brand new hamster wheel and keep on turning. The Black Rider liberates me from this. No, I'll tell you one thing's for sure. No matter how broke I am, I never have to go to the Black Rider and look at the gas gauge. You know, there is no gas needle on that sucker. So, I want my homeless to come out of the closet. The world needs to understand that we're not all Anton from In Living Color. Clutching the bottle of wine. And taking a serious note here, to be fair to our Antons of the world living in those cardboard boxes, don't be too quick to judge them. Life can be demonstratively cruel. Excuse me. Life can be extremely cruel, crushing. I won't lie to you. There have definitely been a few times when I felt like just, buy a goddamn fifth of something and just fucking drink myself into oblivion. I have felt those urges, but I keep holding on. Hold on, gotta check my time. 26. I keep holding on. The point. Despair and hopelessness is indeed a centrifugal engine that will pull you, and you will find yourself holding on white-knuckled. And you know what? I don't fault or blame those who lost their grip and went roaring off into the abyss of addiction. Life shouldn't be this. Life should not be poverty where people profit off of poverty. Who saw in the news today? Nordstrom. They are profiting off of selling simulated hobo shoes where the canvas tennis shoe is taped up at the toe the way people who have worn through their shoes. $500 they want for this. They're calling it poverty appropriation. I tried telling you guys about this, with our YouTube predators. The Foosies and the Rugrats and the this and the thatsies and the, oh, I'm going to change a homeless person's life. Change the life? It took them shopping at a Rite Aid. Okay? And don't get me wrong. I'm sure they got a lot of things they were in dire need of. Okay? But whatever you bought them, whatever money you tucked in their pocket as you parted ways, you didn't change their life. Poverty, we homeless, we're not something that you can turn into a tourist attraction. We're not something to give you clicks and subscribers and to give you the emotional payoff. Poverty is very real and it's very crushing. Puerto Rico is starting to learn not to count on others, not to count on the mainland. They're slowly gaining independence off the grid. And if the powers that be want to keep control of its people, well, then it might want to start seriously rethinking the parameters of poverty. Total Control 871.